Welcome back to today's episode of Doomslayer in Smash. This is part 2 of a massive 5-part series going over how I would implement my most wanted character, the Doomslayer, in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in gratuitous detail. Last time we talked about the history of the character, the Doom series, and why he's garnered such a following in the Smash community recently. Today, we're going to discuss arguably the most important part of any new character inclusion, the moveset. After all, what good is there adding a new character to Smash if they aren't fun to play? It kinda defeats the purpose. Luckily, this soldier's 25 plus year history involves a massive arsenal of iconic weapons, gadgets, and moves to work with, not to mention how easy it is to improvise brand new attacks as well. But, before we start today's episode, this video has been brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a brand new authentic turn-based RPG for mobile devices utilizing the I'm just kidding, y'all. We're not doing it. Let's just roll the video. This is
the Doomslayer.
The Doomslayer's gameplay is based off of his design philosophy from Doom Eternal, in that the Slayer is extremely powerful and speedy, but he's also a glass cannon that can be easily launched if he stands still for too long. His weapons, specifically his guns, require ammo to use. Unlike Hero, whose MP recharges over time, Doomslayer's ammo does not recharge automatically and can only be gained from attacks. To make everything easier in the context of a fighting game, there's only 2 types of ammo spaced out among the variety of weapons. Shotguns and machine guns both share bullet ammo, and rocket launchers exclusively use rockets. Plasma weapons have infinite ammo. This ammo mechanic was an idea by DoomGuy, a video game reviewer on YouTube with affinity for classic first-person shooters, so definitely go check out his channel for some great in-depth content. However, I decided to expand on this mechanic a bit further. As well as ammunition, the Slayer will also have some of his damage percentage reduced after each KO. This is a reference to the health pickups the Slayer gets by killing demons in Doom 2016 and soon Doom Eternal. This damage percent reduction is factored by giving back 1/10 of his damage percent for every 1% of damage he deals to another character, and a flat 5% for the KO itself. So, say you KO an opponent and deal 100% damage to them during the stock, that means you would get 15% of your own damage percentage reduced. Now, let's say you're in a team battle and your teammate has single-handedly whittled down the opponent to kill percent, and you get the finishing blow with an attack that deals 11% damage. Well, then you would only get 6% of your damage reduced. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's move on to the actual moveset itself for this character, the actual meat and potatoes of this video. Hugo Martin, creative director at id Software, described the Super Shotgun as the Slayer's Excalibur, while on stage for the Doom Eternal gameplay reveal at QuakeCon 2018. This is Doomslayer's main weapon, and thus it occupies his neutral B. It's also the weapon he'll have out at default when not doing an attack. Think Inkling with the splatter shot. This move has the hitbox and damage of a smash attack, but it comes out a little faster. Tapping B will release 1 shell, while holding B for just over half a second will release both shells, effectively doubling the damage of the attack. The catch is that it needs to be reloaded before used again, and the reloading animation forces you to stand still. You can cancel out of a reload by shielding and try again by pressing neutral special. The chainsaw is a high-risk, high-reward attack. It has a lot of end lag, making it easy to punish, but does a lot of damage if it connects. It's very similar in nature to Captain Falcon's Raptor Boost. This move can also be used as a horizontal recovery, as the Slayer lunges forward before plunging the saw. Just like in Doom 2016, a successful chainsaw hit will result in a surplus of ammo. The rocket jump is based off of a famous move that originated in another influential FPS series we made, Quake. The Slayer pulls out his rocket launcher and fires it directly at the ground, launching him into the air vertically. This is Doomslayer's main recovery, with the rocket explosion also acting as a spike if it connects off stage, similar to Mii Gunner's lunar launch up special. Just like Hero's recovery, this uses ammo, so keep your eye on your ammo count. Doom Eternal introduces a handful of new tools and weapons at the Slayer's disposal, one of the most versatile being the shoulder cannon. It can fire a variety of projectiles, and for this special move, it actually includes 2 of those, grenades and the flame belch. Tapping the special button will lob a frag grenade forward, while holding it will activate the flame belch. A successful flame belch hit will give the Slayer reduced damage taken, as well as super armor for his smash attacks. The armor will wear off quickly, however, after enough damage is dealt to it, so you can't rely on it as a crutch. This is a reference to the armor drops the Slayer gets when using it on foes in Doom Eternal. The Flame Belch is essentially the inverse of Inkling's Splatter Shot, providing a shield buff as opposed to a damage buff. Huh, that's the second Inkling reference I made trying to explain this moveset. Who would have thought? A simple 3-hit combo starting with a right arm punch, following up with a left foot kick, and finishing off with a swipe of the Doom Blade, the weapon not at all inspired by Predator. A powerful and weighty kick similar to that of Ganondorf's own side tilt. The Slayer does an uppercut with a Doom Blade. A quick and simple swipe kick roughly similar to Mario's down tilt. The Slayer pulls out the chain gun to do a lot of damage. This move functions similar to Mii Gunner's side smash. It has great range, but it can't be cancelled and stays active for a bit. Very high risk, high reward, as is the case for many of the Slayer's most powerful attacks. Make sure you have ammo before using this move, or you're gonna have a bad time. The Slayer activates the Crucible and swipes it upwards in a 180-degree motion similar to Ike and Ganondorf's up smash attacks. The Slayer activates the Crucible and does a full 360-degree swipe. I really like this thing, can you tell? The Slayer activates the Crucible and does a forward swipe covering the general area of his body. The Slayer pulls out his combat shotgun, not to be confused with the super shotgun, with the automatic rotating barrel attachment introduced in Doom Eternal, unleashing a barrage of close-range shells. This is similar to Samus's forward air attack, and it uses ammo, so be careful. The Slayer winds his back arm before smashing the opponent with all his force. They can spike at the ledge, and it's similar to King K. Rool's own back air. The Slayer pulls out his iconic plasma rifle and unleashes a barrage in an upward direction, similar to Mii Gunner's up air. The Slayer thrusts his Doom Blade downward, and this can also spike at the ledge.
Fear not, it's all part of the plan.
Unlike other tether grabs, the meat hook pulls the Slayer to his target instead of vice versa. It also works in the air, which will result in an automatic backflip kick upon impact. Great for edge guarding. Side note, I wrote this portion of the script before Byleth was revealed as the 5th Fighter's Pass character, which is funny because his up special functions almost exactly how I envisioned the meat hook being implemented. It's quite a bizarre coincidence. The only difference is that it doesn't spike in the air, since Doomslayer also has both a horizontal and vertical recovery apart from the hook. The hook also shoots out horizontally like most of the other long-range grabs already in the game, as opposed to the 45-degree angle from Byleth's up B. This is based off of one of the Slayer's glory kills from Doom 2016. He trips the enemy and smashes them with his fist. With one hand, the Slayer grabs the opponent and tosses them behind him. The Slayer punts the opponent upward like he's kicking a field goal in football, a reference to another popular FPS of that era, Duke Nukem. This is based off of one of the Slayer's new glory kills from Doom Eternal, where he slams his fist on an opponent's head. However, instead of caving their skull like in the game, the opponent is buried. Much safer for the rating. So, obviously the final smash is gonna be the BFG. I mean, what Doomslayer moveset doesn't have the BFG as the final smash? It's literally perfect. However, I have a special fan-servicey twist on this idea that I haven't seen anybody else propose, and I really like it. I think it makes it even cooler and just more badass and really special. This is a cinematic final smash that transports everybody to the year 1993 with the classic E1M1 theme playing in the background. All the characters caught appear as 16-bit sprites, using either their original sprites from that era or new original ones if they didn't make an appearance during that console generation. The camera switches to first-person view, including the classic Doom 1 HUD featuring that iconic DoomGuy grin. The Slayer charges up the BFG 9000 and obliterates the cast of characters in front of him. Okay, now let's check out the Doom Slayer's taunts and idle animations. Galiso Power of Smashboards had a fantastic idea for the crowd chant. Instead of just saying the Doomslayer's name, the crowd would simply shout "Rip and Tear." I love it. Gotta put it in this moveset. Great idea, Galiso Power again. So for the Slayer's 3 victory poses, first up we have the classic DoomGuy Demon Swarm animation from the original box art that has been recreated countless times. For the second pose, we have Doomslayer petting his rabbit, Daisy. And for the final pose, the Slayer plays one of his guitars on board the Fortress of Doom in Doom Eternal to the victory theme. And we'll go over what that victory theme is in a future episode of the series, so stay tuned for that. So you know how after winning a match in Smash, how you'll get a random screen transition going from the map to the victory screen? Well, when Doomslayer wins, he gets a special transition based off of the classic Doom screen spill transition used after completing a level. Pretty cool Easter egg, right? So now let's go over the alternate costumes and colors. So the Slayer will get one alternate costume based off the classic DoomGuy, and each variant will have 4 palette swaps. For the Slayer, he'll have his default appearance, the Demonic Slayer appearance, which is a pre-order bonus in Doom Eternal, the 25th Anniversary Slayer, used in promotional advertising for Doom's 25th anniversary, as the name implies, and a variant based on Phobos from Quake 3 Arena. And conveniently enough, there's just a figure based off of this, so hey, we can use this as a reference. For the DoomGuy, he'll have his classic green look, as well as his multiplayer colors, blue, red, and yellow. Whew! We did it! That's the entire moveset, along with every possible extraneous detail regarding the Doomslayer's physical appearance that I could possibly think of. But as long as all that took, we're not even halfway through this mega series, so we're gonna have to call a timeout and cut this short. Next time on part 3, we'll be discussing the stage possibilities, which will hopefully be much shorter than this episode. I'm saying that as if I haven't already recorded the 3rd episode, but yes, it's totally short, not even close. As always, if you liked the video, give it a like, and if you absolutely hated it, subscribe to my channel. I'll see y'all next mission.